てめえのつけば金では払えねえぜ。
Catherine is a 5-star water lance unit that debut in the Rhythmic Resolutions Facility event. She can be obtained from the permanent summon pool or from the gacha pool featuring Catherine herself, Kate Sith, Eugene, and sticks with higher rates for a limited time. She is quite special in terms of visual appearance and playstyle. Visually, she doesn't wield any weapon whatsoever. In terms of her playstyle, she has a unique combo chain and force strike, which plays into her kit. Before we look into her skills, I want to comment about her unique combo chain. Her standard attacks are basically her butlers throwing punches at the enemy, and considering her skills and attacks have the butler effect, it reminds me of a certain group of coffin dancers from Africa. Now, let's look into her skills. Her first skill buffs her strength by 20% and grants a perfect escort stack. The maximum amount of stacks is 3 and buffs the user according to the number of stacks she has. With a cost of 5400 SP, it may seem high, but her unique combos seem to grant more SP per hit, so I would say the SP cost is acceptable. Her second skill costs a whopping 23,400 SP and deals damage according to the number of stacks she has. At minimum she deals 1242% damage, at maximum she deals 3256% damage. With its high SP cost and maximum damage modifiers, it is ideal to have 3 butler stacks before using this skill. Next up, her co-abilities. Her 15% HP buff co-ability is a lance standard, while her chain co-ability isn't impressive, but the slight strength buff is better than having little to nothing defense buffs that some co-abilities provide. Let's proceed to her abilities. Her first ability is the core of her kit. It buffs all of her attacks and her skill 2 based on the number of butler stacks she has. Not only that, she is also immune to knockback, and she takes 10% less damage from elemental attacks regardless of how many stacks she has. But, she loses a stack when she takes damage, so make sure she doesn't get hit too often. Her resistance skill is 100% stun resist, which doesn't help her against High Brunhilde, but can be helpful against Aether and Atoha. Her last ability grants a 30% skill damage buff, further buffing her skill 2 damage. For her equipment, since she is a burst damage type unit, skill damage abilities is definitely a must. Skill haste is also good if you want to output her skill 2 faster. Frostbite Punisher is also good if you have Frostbite enablers on the team. Other abilities don't really work with her most of the time, and is dependent on the type of enemy she faces or the afflictions available on the team. In terms of weapon, the new Agito lance is definitely the best, not only for being an Agito weapon, but the increase in attack rate it provides as its skill does help in charging skills faster. As usual, the High Mercury Lance, the Chimera Tech Lance, and the Imperial Lances are also available options. For her dragon, Siren is definitely the first pick, since she buffs skill damage by 90%. Halloween Maritimus and these guys are also options for dishing out skills faster. Styx is a dragon with a unique ability that works perfectly with Catherine, though you have to wait for 1 minute to get the maximum 200% skill damage buff. Lastly is her Wimprint setup. Like I mentioned, skill damage, skill haste, and Frostbite Punisher are her preferred abilities. As such, the ideal combination would be the heroes of Hinamoto and a clever brother. Here are the other Wimprints that can work with her. Now that you know how to play Catherine, go out there and let her butler smash the crap out of her enemies, followed by a coffin dance to commemorate their defeat, all while organizing a festival in place of Yatten and Natalie. That's all from me, Moga out.